All right, everyone, welcome to tonight's coverage of the Camping First Truck Series. Live here from Dover, race number 3 of the chase as we're looking at Jared Ziegler Norman King in that 28 machine as he's out practicing right now. And we will get you down to his. Let's take a look at Norman's season. That is 7 poles, not 97. That was a typo by me. 7 poles, 7 top 5s, and 13 top 10s in 16 starts. Again for Norman King. All right, as we're getting ready to open the track here momentarily. Take a look here at your running order in practice right now. Jared Ziegler, the fastest overall in practice. Brian Ziegler second. And Scott Sanderson, your points leader, in third. We'll take a look at your points now. Coming into tonight's event, got there on top. There is Scott Sanderson, your points leader. All right, as we're getting ready to go green, and really, but the lead that Scott has, he doesn't have to do much. Just take care of the truck here tonight, and he should be good to go. And we'll get you down for your national anthem, and we'll come back with qualifying here on Extreme Sim TV. All right, we're back here. We're taking a look at your points leader, Scott Sanderson, out on track right now. Putting in a good qualifying lap right now, 23.980. That is a 23.980 for Scott Sanderson. Art Green jumps up the board there at a 24.031. And Brian Ziegler sitting third right now. Now look at that. Ryan C. Worley to the top of the board with a 23.960. That is Ryan C. Worley on top of the board. Three minutes left in qualifying. Ryan C. Worley out front in qualifying right now. Scott Sanderson in a second. Jared Ziegler. Like their Norman King hasn't turned a lap yet. Again, we looked at his driver stats earlier on as 7 poles. No wins so far this season for Norman King. Get a word with Norman Rack. Might be muted out.
User was moved
Hey,
to your
Norman,
channel.
it's Matt out in the booth. You got a copy of me?
Yes, sir. Hold on. Let me finish up my quality run.
Alrighty.
User was
All
moved
right,
out of
Norman
your
King
channel.
out on track right now. Just as we went to interview him, he pulls out. Again, 7 poles so far this season. He is out of turn number 2. Into turn number 3. Let's see if that number 28 MDA machine has got anything for the pole. And across the stripe. Right now, 5th position, Norman King. Into 3 and 4. And, oh, he scrubbed the wall over turn 4. Not gonna do it right now in the 5th position in that MDA machine, Norman King. Alrighty, we watched you finish up your lap there, Norman. So far this season, 7 poles with no, you haven't got a win yet, bud. What's it going to take to get one of those?
Can you repeat that? I missed you.
So far this season, you've got 7 poles, but no wins. What's it going to take to get one?
It's gonna take today. It's gonna take a miracle with how this truck's driving with me in it right now. But I've seen the good Lord work miracles before in my racing career, so hopefully He has one planned for me today.
Alrighty, well, best of luck to you out there in that MDA machine, buddy.
Thank you. Just want to let everyone know that I am still running a fundraiser through May 11th for the MDA. I'm going to match every donation that is donated towards the cause for me. So.
Alrighty, that is great, buddy, and good luck out there tonight.
Thank you.
Alright, let's get ready for the grid time brought to you by Norton Graphics. Again, if you need any paints done, anything like that, contact Will Norton over at Norton Graphics, your official painter of Extreme SM TV. Time to go to your starting grid here this evening. All right, up front, Ryan C. Worley on the inside. Scott Sanderson will start outside. Starting inside row 2, Hart Green. Outside of him, Brian Ziegler. Starting inside the row number 3 is Norman King. Outside of him, that is going to be Matt Hollaba. All right, starting inside row 4, Jared Ziegler. Outside is David. Starting a row inside row 5, in 9, Brian Robinson. Outside to Justin T. Campbell. And Levi will round out your 11 car field here tonight. And we're going to get ready to go racing live here from Dover.
Green, green, green.
Here we go, side by side, up front, out of turn number 1. Ryan C. Worley, Scott Sanderson on that outside. Ryan trying to make the bottom work. That's a really hard task. Here at Dover, it's narrow. It's hard to get good grip. It's like a bigger brother to Bristol, and it'll reach out and bite you. Set in third, Jared Ziegler and the Blue Jacket Machine running in third place right now. Again, 100 laps here at Dover, not long at all. Time will fly by as they exit turning number 3 and 4. Up front, Jared Ziegler. Or Scott Sanderson, Jared Ziegler trying to go for that P2 position. Jared doing everything he can, and he will get down to P2. Ziegler in that 57. Moving into second place, getting by Worley. Scott Sanderson, your points leader, out front and leading the way. Norman King sitting back here in that 5th position, right with Brian there in the 58. Again, that's Brian Ziegler running in 4th. 5 laps complete of 100 here tonight. Brian Ziegler on the outside. He'll lose that 4th spot to Norman King. Move Norman up a position. Again, Norman winless on the season. Trying to make it here happen here tonight at Dover. Matt Hollaba back in at 6th position. Hart Green 7th. Brian Robertson 9th. Again, Justin T. Campbell and Levi have retired early on in this one. Hate to see that anytime this early in a race. So 9 trucks left. And Jared Ziegler trying to make it happen, trying to run down Scott Sanderson up to the front. Jared's got to be careful here. Really easy to overdrive that corner and get in that outside wall. Brian C. Worley sitting in 3rd. He's going to have Norman King right there behind him in 4th, trying to battle with Brian, trying to hold on to that 4th position. Again, these trucks will be off next week for Easter You can catch them back in action here in 2 weeks. Again, a lot of divisions taking a week off for Easter. The Simulated Sports Car Series, along with Sim Racing Unleashed, Camping Universe, all three divisions taking next week off for Easter. So go out, enjoy your Easter holiday, and then come right back with us the week after to enjoy some more great racing action here on Extreme Sim TV. Norman King in fourth, and Brian's going to get below him here, try to take fourth position away from Norman, that MDA machine. And it is going to happen by about a fender now. Norman back to fifth here, running sixth, Hart Green. You see him in the 63 truck trying to close the gap now. 12 out of 100 laps complete. I suspect you'll see trucks on pit road at about the 50 to 60 lap mark. Probably a one-stop race here tonight. Ryan C. Worley sitting in third. But right now, your points leader out front leading the way. And I tell you what a dominant performance this guy's put on this season. $14 of 100 already in the books here tonight. Hart Green, though, underneath. Norman King trying to take over that fifth position. Hart wide alongside. And Hart's going to try to complete the pass out of turn number 2. All right, and we're going to let you enjoy your first Crank It Up of the evening here on Extreme Sim TV. All right, we're back here. Norman King has fallen all the way back to 7th. Now Norman in trouble off turn 4. He'll hang on to that truck. Nice save for Norman. Norman King out front, leading, or out in 7th, out in front of Matt Holloway, leading him by a couple of car lengths. But back up front, your leader, Scott Sanderson, pulling away to a 2.5 second gap. Go chase that. No. In the booth with you here tonight, gonna be me, Matt, from Extreme Sim TV, along with a special guest. I guess you'd call her a meowimator, Miss Daisy the cat. So, yeah, we're trying to get comfortable over here. A long way to go. 25 laps in the 100 here tonight. Scott Sanderson out front leading the way. Jared Ziegler setting in second. Ryan C. Worley setting third. 25 out of 100, already a quarter of the way through this one. Early, the action fast and furious early. As Hart Green has moved his way up into the 5th position. All right, Hart Green in and at the 5th position, trying to close the gap down here on Brian Ziegler. There is Jared setting up in 3rd, Ryan C. Worley in 2nd. Their leader, Scott Sanderson, with a pretty good gap now of about 5 seconds over with Ryan C. Worley. Oh, a little sideways there for Scott. Scott's tires starting to wear just a little bit, and we'll see if he makes it to lap 50. That is your halfway point. $31 out of 100 complete here tonight. $33 now complete, and Scott is up to a 6-second lead. Ryan C. Worley back here in 2nd, with about a 2-second gap back to Jared Ziegler. And you're going to have Hart Green running in 4th. Brian in 5th in that 54 machine, or that 58 machine. David back up here to 6th at that 99 or 988. Norman King, man, he's hanging in there in that 7th position. told us before the race started that the truck was a handful. And he's actually getting Matt Hall by running him down. But nobody so far has gotten anything for Scott Sanderson. As long as he doesn't make a mistake, I think he's all right. I don't see there really being an issue. Oh man, Norman getting in the wall off of turn 2. That's definitely not going to help the truck any. I do kind of feel bad for Norman in this situation. He has just had no luck. Norman King down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Now Matt Hollabaugh trying to take the position. .38 out of 100 complete here tonight. And this is your closest battle on the racetrack. As Sanderson is up by about 6 seconds, and then there's a over Worley. Then there's a gap to Green of about 3 seconds as Green has gotten around Ziegler for that third position. There's Ziegler in that blue jacket machine. The man, the myth, the legend, one Mr. Rudy Cummins down in chat. Everybody say hello to Rudy. Of course, Rudy with Max Speed TV. I think he's got the night off tonight, not calling anything. Hey, Rudy, if you hear me and you want to come over to my team speak, feel free to come on. Hop up here in the booth with me and Miss Daisy the cat. All right, there it is, Ziegler running fourth, Art Green third, Ryan C. Worley up in second, Scott Sanderson. Man, just a dominating season, and he yellows out on the speedway as Donald has run into some problems. Looks like off of turn 2. Remember, no fast repairs for these guys either. So this may do it in for Donald, hard into the wall. There goes the motor on that 998 machine. Yellow out. And that's going to do it for Mr. Donald. That truck pretty well destroyed. Scott going to lose that lead he had here at lap 42. I'm not really worried about it though. I think that Scott will be okay. All right, on the pit road, Scott Sanderson brings them down. 4 fresh tires and fuel on tap here for the drivers in the Camping Universe Truck Series. Keep in mind you can find Camping Universe Truck Series under the League Dictionary in iRacing. These guys are recruiting for season number 6. And they're getting ready to start their 6th season. Want to come out here and race on nights. Broadcasted by Extreme SMTV. Feel free to go put in an application in the league set of iRacing. Of course, iRacing are one-stop shop for all your oval simulation racing needs. You have IndyCar, NASCAR, late model, super late model, street stock, plus much, much more. You can find all the information at iRacing.com. I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. I'm hanging in there. How's the stream looking with all the updates, man? You liking what you see? All right, guys. At Extreme Sim TV is 5 subscribers away from that 200 mark. Like, comment, subscribe if you've not already, and tell your friends. And let's get Extreme Sim TV to that 200 mark. And guys, if we can make that happen, it would be amazing. It's already unbelievable where I'm at now, but you know, 200, I'm like, holy cow. So, as we're getting ready to go at Green Flag Racing, 45 out of 100 complete. Once again, it's Matt up in the booth. Daisy the cat has abandoned the booth here, so no co-commentator for now until she comes back. Either we'll get her or Coco the Pitbull back in here. I think Coco the Pitbull is a little more active. We can actually get her to bark. All right, here we go. Getting ready to go back Green Flag Racing. 45 of 100 complete. Here from Dover. Jared Ziegler out front. Scott Sanderson on the outside. Ryan C. Worley. And the 63 of Hart Green. And we are green. And my, look at Scott get that jump. 46 goes on the board. And look at Hart Green all the way to Scott's back bumper. He touches him. He booms him. And around goes Green. Hard in the wall. We have trouble. Hart Green hashtag sent it. He got in trouble. But man, oh man, did he send it. Coming out of turn 1. He was all over the back of your leader. Wow. I don't think he ever lifted. He gets to the back bumper and he's like, hello, I'm here. Let me by. Beep, 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 beep. Let me through. He gets in trouble off of turn 2. And oh, is that Brian coming through in the 58? Yeah, that is. Unfortunately, Brian getting collected. And again, no fast repairs. So that might pretty much end Brian's night. But I got to give Hart Green some credit there. He attempted everything he had. Get by your leader, Scott Sanderson. I mean, he was shoving him down into turn 1. Didn't end the best for him, but good golly molly, he gave it a shot. And, you know, that's all you can do. You know the guy's got a fast truck. You know your only opportunity to get around him is on a restart. And he went for it. Didn't work out, but he went for it. And that's what you want to see. People willing to go for it. And he definitely hashtag sent that one, that's for sure. Actually, Scott with some bumper damage there from Hart getting up into him. Really impressed with their aggression out of Hart Green, getting up to that bumper and giving Scott a shove like he did. See if he's Green might be in team speed. Because holy cow. Unfortunately, Hart is not in team speed. All right. We're coming up to halfway here, halfway home in this one. Been an interesting one all night long. As we're coming to halfway here in just a few laps. Camping Universe Truck Series never disappoints. Always great racing, shorter races. Exactly what a lot of race fans like. It's been a joy over the last 2 seasons all for this series. I got my start here in this series, and it's just a place that means a lot to me. And they put on one heck of a show on top of that. So, no lead changes tonight, but man, the racing back in the pack's been really, really good. A lot of aggression being shown, being the third case race here. Everybody has done everything they can just to get any little gains they can. But let's talk about your leader here, Scott Sanderson. He come into the night with a pretty healthy points lead. All he's got to do is hang on to it. And a really good run all year long. Because they'll come out of turn 4 and they'll see 50 out of 100 here. Next time by the start, will give them halfway. Cross flags halfway home in this one. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern on Extreme SMTV, you're going to have the Crow's Nest IndyCar League making their way to you from Chicagoland. Definitely going to be interesting. Starting next Monday, the F1 League, Crow's Nest F1 League will be running their first race come Monday. So action-packed weeks ahead for Extreme SMTV. Racing coming your way every night of the week, and I do mean every night of the week, Monday through Friday. The only night that you're not going to have racing action here on Extreme Sim TV is Saturday. I do take Saturdays off, so. But look forward to 6 days a week of racing action here. Come check it out live every night, and even sometimes during the day. So, here we go. We're going to go green flag racing at the end of lap 50, halfway home and from Dover in the Camping Universe Truck Series. And green flag in the air. Scott Sanderson out front leading the way. Jumps off to a good gap that time. He's not going to let anybody get to his back bumper this go around. Jared Ziegler and Ryan C. Worley in the wall. Ryan C. Worley struck all torn up. Man, oh man, the attrition rate is high here tonight. Ryan C. Worley's motor is done. Again, no fast repairs, so that truck's going to be out for the evening in that number 26. He just got loose off of turn number 2. Man, that really, really sucks for him. Hart Green is sitting on pit road. He is not retired, but he does have required repairs. So now we will have 6 race trucks, count them 6, on the racetrack halfway through. Attrition level high here at Dover tonight. Meanwhile, up front by about 0.3 of a second, Scott Sanderson leading the way. Jared Ziegler in second. Jared trying to close the gap down there on the 93 machine. 55 out of 100 complete. "45 laps remaining this time by. Jared Ziegler hounding the back of Scott Sanderson, closing the gap. Here comes that engine 57. Somebody cue the Jaws music, because Jared Ziegler is there. I don't know what has happened to Scott's truck over this run, but it's definitely not what it was during the first run of the race. Seems like the handle has went away on that truck just a little bit, because Jared Ziegler is there. Matt Holloway back by 1.8 off of Jared. And I tell you what, if Jared and Scott get into it and both these trucks get in the wall, it's anybody's race. There is no fast repairs. I repeat, no fast repairs out here tonight, guys. You got one shot at it. 58 complete. Jared Ziegler, 0.2 of a second up on the field. Oh, Jared getting a loose off of turn number 4. He starts chasing the back end of that truck around a little bit. That can be dangerous. You make them rear tires mad at you. They can come back to bite you later for sure. "61 of 100 complete here tonight, and Scott Sanderson up by 0.4 of a second. Matt Holloway sitting in third. And that Verizon IndyCar Series truck, I always find that hilarious. He always loves his IndyCars. Norman King right there in the 4th position. Brian Robinson 5th. Hart Green out or on pit road. Brian C. Worley has retired that truck. So officially 6 trucks in the race capable of turning a lap, even though like Hart's on pit road and won't be returning for a while. Meanwhile, Norman King worked his way up into 4th position. If he can just catch Matt Hall, but he can get 3rd, get on the podium here tonight. Brian Ziegler out, Worley in the pits, Green in pits. Here we go. Oh, Norman, no. Norman King hard in the wall. Another truck with a blown motor. This will be the lowest car count in Extreme Sim TV history to finish a race. 5 trucks will be remaining on the racetrack. As Norman has hit the wall, his motor's smoking. He's going to have a lot of required as he ran into trouble off of turn number 4. Holy cow. Norman King with the worst luck this season. Brian Robinson out on track. Here comes Norman bringing that MDA machine to the attention of his crew. Man, oh man, alive. All right, Jared Ziegler trying to close the gap, and we'll see if we can get an interview with Norman King.
User was
Hey,
moved to
Norman,
your
it's Matt
channel.
up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, I
You
do.
ran that, just coming out of the corner, truck got loose, and around it came with you, buddy.
Well, I think I damaged the truck before that. That's what ended me.
Alrighty, I mean, with no fast repairs, this series is definitely growing, as we got 5 trucks left on racetrack right now.
Yeah, well, technically you have. I'm not getting back out. Probably. I have 30 minutes of repairs.
Holy cow! Wow. So to refresh for everybody at home, you got Norman and Pitts probably not coming out, and you got Hart Green probably not going to come back out. 4 trucks remain running. This feels like an old school NASCAR race, Norman.
Yeah, this truck is definitely not set up for these conditions. It is wicked loose. And then to keep it from being wicked loose, you have to run the middle of the track, but there's no speed there. So everyone, with the field being so small, for anyone to try to compete, everyone has to take the risk to go to the low side and run the loose
Now,
truck.
on that topic, me and another broadcaster discussed this yesterday, but after the latest build, it feels like the trucks are not nearly as fun as they was.
I'm not gonna lie, I was having a blast out there. It's just, you need quality drivers and you need a bigger field to have more fun with the trucks. When you get to fields like this, you know, it's just turn laps, turn laps, turn laps. There is no racing. So battling a loose truck and having to figure out how to make it work isn't as fun. I don't mind trying to figure out how to make the truck work. It's just I really wish I had more competition to race with, because that's what racing is about.
Right. Well, nevertheless, where you're at, you're probably going to be scored with a top 5 finish, bud.
Well, thank the good Lord for that, but it's still not gonna help me in my points run. So
Or
I'm losing points to Jared. I probably gained a little points on Hart, but then I'm also losing points to Matt. So, you know, after last week and this week having these tough non-finishes, it's going to be tough for me to even come close to to try to get a 3rd place finish.
alrighty, but hey, man, luckily there's always next season.
Yes, sir. You know, I guess that's what I need to start putting my focus
And
towards.
well, the best of luck to you going forward, buddy, and hate to see you having so much trouble this season.
Wow, I'm just ready for a season where I don't have trouble, but it is what it is. Just like to thank Strength Through Knowledge for support. You know, big help with them. I'm trying to raise $1,000. They're part of the MDA. I'm going to match every donation that I get. So if people would like to check out my page on the MDA page and donate, and I will match your donation too. That runs through May 11th, and you know, just like to thank the good Lord for even giving me an opportunity to do this.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, you know, that's a great thing you're doing, and you know, hopefully everybody will get out there and donate.
I hope so too.
All right. Well, we would. Your opinion, since you're a driver here, really, all we think Scott's got to do right now is just keep that truck clean.
Well, I think Scott's only competition is Jason, and unfortunately, he couldn't make it tonight. So Ryan was filling in his seat, but I don't think anyone's going to have anything for Scott unless we're at a restrictor plate track, unless Jason's on track.
Going into next season, what is everybody going to have to do to compete with Scott?
I just think he understands the truck and understands these tracks a lot more. I don't know the time he puts into it, how much time he has, but I don't have the time to put in that much practice. Like I say, this is just a fun thing I try to get out here and do, and at the end of the day, that's all it is fun.
Well, in the competitive world too, Norman, that's kind of the problem. It's how much time do you have to invest to get ready?
Yeah, I have a real life race car that I have to focus on, and that takes precedence over any of this. My job takes precedence over this, and my service to the Lord takes precedence over this. So this is like fifth or sixth on my list, and every now and then I'll try to put in some practice. But I've noticed sometimes though when I try to practice, I overthink things too, and it ends up hurting me.
Yeah, it can definitely hurt you. Well, buddy, we'll let you go, and thank you for coming up to the booth with us.
All right, you have a good one, and I hope you
Yep,
have a good
thank
rest
you.
of your broadcast.
User was moved out of your channel.
18 more laps to go. Scott Sanderson leading the way by roughly 5 seconds over the field right now. Scott has got him covered here tonight as Jared Ziegler currently in second, trying to close that gap just a little bit. Brian Robinson back there in fourth. Again, 4 cars on track right now, and Brian a lap down. Coming to 16 laps to go. I tell you what, you have to be impressed with what Scott has been able to string together this whole season, as he's 14 laps away from once again grabbing a win. And we'll let you go for your final crank it up of the evening. All right, we're back here coming to 8 laps to go. Scott Sanderson out front by 6.6 seconds. Matt Hall back in third is 16 seconds back. Actually, he may be in danger of going a lap down here. Scott inching his way closer and closer to a championship. Scott doing everything right here this evening. And now he is roughly 6 laps away from ending it here at Dover with another win. Scott Sanderson working his way back down the back straightaway. Scott right now looking at win at number 10 on the season. In 16, think about this, 16 starts this season. Well, excuse me, 17 after tonight. And 10 wins. That is just pure domination. Three laps to go, and Scott Sanderson with a healthy gap. As we head to Chicagoland in 2 weeks. Two laps to go. Here we go through turns of 3 and 4. White flag in the air for the 93 machine of Scott Sanderson. He has a 12-second lead. 1 lap to go to score a win, number 10 on the season. He will rocket down the back straightaway. Rocket Man Scott Sanderson heading into turn of 3 and 4. A Rocket Man with Scott Sanderson heads out of turn 4. Win number 10 in season 5 goes to Scott Sanderson in that number 93 machine with a gap of about 12 seconds. Congratulations to Scott Sanderson picking up the win here tonight. Deckard is out and he's still on the gas. All right, in 2 weeks they will head off to Chicagoland. They had 3 races to go, and I dare say Scott has just about locked this title up with this win here tonight, as he'll go celebrate your winner, Scott Sanderson. Now let's see if we can get a word with Scott here in a moment. We'll be back with you momentarily. All right, we're back here with your race winner, Scott Sanderson. Scott, win number 10 on the season, buddy.
Yeah, it it feels good to hit double digits. I don't. I was really worried about this race. The setup was shockingly loose, I guess is the way to put it. You couldn't get on the throttle at all. It was a blast to drive after it kind of tightened up just a little bit, but and the track tightened up. But it it was interesting for the first few laps, especially in traffic there.
Well, congratulations on your win there, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
So, with 3 races to go, I've not done the math, but I am pretty sure you're getting close to locking this thing up.
I don't do the math for that because if I just get relaxed and just kind of out for the Sunday drive and get caught up in somebody else's mess in a race that just so happens like second place wins or something like that, then yeah, if you do the math and you're mathematically locked in, yeah, I could relieve all the pressure. But I don't know. It's just I'd rather it'd be better for me not knowing. I guess.
I understand that, buddy. Well, congratulations. Win number 10 on the season. You got a week off for Easter, and then you'll be back at Chicagoland. What are you expecting out of Chicagoland?
Well, it's my hometown track, so we'll. I don't run there all that often, so I don't really have any feelings towards it or against it. But honestly, I don't know. The setups have usually been pretty tight. And I was coming in here expecting the same, and yeah, it kind of took me by surprise. So I really don't know what to expect now heading in Chicago and really the rest of the season. It's going to be pretty
Alrighty,
interesting.
Well, congratulations on win number 10.
Yeah, thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right, we'll grab second place. Jared
User was
Ziegler,
moved to
you got
your
a copy of me
channel.
there, bud. All right, you come in
Yes, I
second,
do.
12.9 back. But man, you put up a fight.
Yeah, don't know really what happened. Started P7, kind of worked my way through the field, and I was on Scott's bumper till like lap 6, and then out of nowhere he just pulled away like a tenth per corner, and then that first long green-black run, it got really loose, as you can tell, and I almost just killed myself off of turn 4 one times and lost all my track position and everything. But luckily we had a caution. I kind of got a chance to earn all that back and kind of tightened up afterwards. So finished with a strong result, P2 0x. So got pretty much max points in what I can do normal races. So sucks Jason wasn't able to hear and battle with him, but still congrats to Scott, and on to next week or 2 weeks from now.
Yeah,
off next week.
Head to Chicagoland here in 2 weeks.
Yeah, Chicago. Haven't really raced there much, but who knows? I mean, I've only raced like one race at Dover before, so I felt pretty good, and actually ended up having the fastest lap of the race, surprisingly, with with Scott second place. So we'll see how my speed is there, and let's hope I can sneak out at least one more checker flag at the end of the season.
Buddy. Well, let's hope so. And if you don't mind, stick around after the broadcast. I'll yak with you a moment. And I'm going to get ready to run through the race results and get out of here, buddy.
Yep. Thanks for the broadcast, and we'll see you in a few weeks. I'll stick
Alrighty,
around.
buddy.
For a little bit.
Congratulations on P2.
Thank you.
User
All right,
was
folks,
moved out
let's
of your
go down to
channel.
race results for the evening here on Extreme SM TV.
Disconnected.
Let's take a look at them here. little technical issue there. There, we got him. Still getting used to the new theme and everything, and we'll take you through your race results. All right, your winner this evening, Scott Sanderson, Jared Ziegler in second, Matt Hall at third, Brian Robinson scores fourth, fifth, Norman King, sixth, Ryan C. Worley, Green seventh, eighth is Ziegler, ninth is Donald, 10th is Mr. Campbell. 11th is Levi, and that will be your finishing thoughts, if I could talk. Been a long night here for the Camping Universe Truck Series here at Dover. Once again, these guys are off next week. They'll be back here in 2 weeks from Chicagoland, and I'll be back tomorrow night for the Crow's Nest IndyCar Series, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. I want to thank everyone for coming out and checking out the race here tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow night.